Hello and welcome, YouTube lovelies and gents. Welcome back to all my oldies but goodies. So everyone grab your pillow and take a virtual seat with me. Let's get into it. Procrastination is defined by an action of delaying or postponing something. When I tell you, procrastination, it crept up on me, it jumped on my back, it tackled both of my shoulders this entire week. It was at an all-time high. So I began to soak and I was in my thoughts and in my feelings about this. Was an ominous cloud along all of these thoughts, continuously ruminating. But I had a theory that led to myself further questioning, can I pinpoint the origin of my procrastination? It's a pretty complex thing to unlayer based off of me doing a little bit of some research. It's various factors. It could be psychological, behavioral, and it can even be an evolutionary perspective too. Where did this procrastination originate from? When did it come about? Did something in my childhood affect the way that I currently deal with procrastination? So I stumbled across some memories, and I want you to travel down this road with me. So it all began in 5th grade, and it really kind of carried on into the 6th grade. I remember my mom having to make a major decision to move across town to a different neighborhood. We ended up moving from the north side to the south side. We also had to end up switching school districts, and I know that that's something that she did not want. She tried to advocate to keep us in that same area because she really liked the teaching that we were receiving. She advocated hard, but to no avail, we had to leave. What I knew was completely wiped away. However, there was a shadow that loomed over my school life during that time. The ghost of procrastination. Despite my previous success, I struggled to understand the material that was being presented. I remember particularly in some of those STEM classes, the science and the math. So I struggled to submit my assignments on time because I really did not understand the content. Well, when grades came back, I received my first D in science. It was D as a dog. And I felt like a complete failure. The once vibrant girl that was on high honors and honor roll at the previous schools began to slowly fade away. There were other experiences too at this time that I was going through. I won't be able to extensively go into every single thing, but I definitely remember being bullied constantly by some girls. I remember in gym class, which led to me having my first school fight ever in the locker room. So that was a whole nother story for another day. Another occasion, I recalled my teacher announcing a reading competition that was coming up. My eyes sparkled with excitement because I loved when my mom used to read her novels to my siblings and I would just escape to a whole nother world. I loved how fluently she read the passages in the books. She seemed so confident, and I would just dream and aspire to be just like my mommy when she was reading her books. Fast forward to the competition. I was thinking this is a golden opportunity for me to showcase my reading talents and abilities, to redeem myself, and to finally get accepted because I was struggling to fit in and get accepted at this new school. The teacher randomly on another day ended up selecting me to read in front of the class. But when you were selected in class, you had to stand up. So I stood up and I nervously stumbled over my words. And I remember that there was a particular word that I could not remember how to pronounce correctly. The kids, they heckled me, they laughed at me. I felt so mortified. Now it was time to prepare for this reading competition. Weeks turned into days, days dwindled into hours. I was gripped with so much anxiety and the weight of all of that unfinished work. So I attempted to throw something together half-heartedly. It was forced, and I was very unenthusiastic about it because all of the fear and the anxiety was just literally toppling over me. There was a sense of disappointment within myself, and then the reading competition finally is here. The winner is announced, and it's not me. As I grew older, the habit of procrastination subconsciously haunted me. The dreams of becoming whatever I wanted to be began to really wither and be drowned out by missed opportunities and unfinished plans. The saddest part is realizing once I was excavating and digging out these childhood memories, started to show and highlight just the gradual erosion of my once boundless creativity. It had been pretty much buried deeply underneath the weight of procrastination's relentless grip. Based off of my research, the origins of this procrastination has been showing up in a few ways. Number one, my fear of failure and or success. Procrastination can be driven by fear, whether it's the fear of failure or success. So there's an avoidance of negative emotions related to potential outcomes that may contribute to delaying tasks. And number two is decisional procrastination. And that's pretty big for me. And that arises from indecisiveness. I realized that during this week, I struggled with what exactly can I talk about? The fear of making the wrong choice that could result in delaying my decisions. And that's exactly what happened. And lastly, number three, perfectionism. This is a huge one. And based off of what I researched, perfectionists may procrastinate due to a fear of not meeting exceptionally high standards. The desire for flawless outcomes can really paralyze your actions. So this is something where I'm having to really go in deep and ask God to release me from the spirit of perfectionism and to help me put on the spirit of excellence. There is a difference. Perfectionism, trying to be perfect. Excellence is realizing that it's going to be a process. And while you're in that process, doing your very best and leaving the rest for God to take care of. This is going to be my declaration to myself in front of you all. I am a full work in progress, and I will be a procrastinator overcomer in 2024. This is my breakthrough year. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for taking the time to join me. Ciao.